Welcome back, everybody. What a beautiful, just sunny day. Beautiful Sunday. I wanted to make this video a couple days ago, but everything just went chaotic. So I said, you know what, we'll run down here today. We'll give you some updates on the chipper. This thing is, it's coming together pretty quick. We made some big gains this week, and back there's a mess. We'll talk about that later, but we'll start with the chipper disc. It is 100% done. This chipper disc, everything's ready to go. We will have it balanced once we get everything where it should be. That's the only thing that hasn't been done. That obviously we'll have to wait to get it balanced. Yeah, so we got the disc is all on there. Everything's on there. Everything's ready to go. Paddles, I mean, you name it. This thing's completely done. Knives, had to put new knives in it because you had to cut out the chip slot. And let me tell you what, that chip slot looks really nice. So real happy with how everything turned out. Clamps, counter knives, holders, everything's all ready to go. Wear plate, twig paddles, everything's done. So disc is 100% done. Got that done. We almost worked on the spout, but we actually, another half hour, we could have had both hoods on it and the spout on it, but we did not have. We were that close in the time. You know how time just runs out. Got the anvil strip set in there. That's just setting there ready to go. I worked on that. But yeah, spouts all put back together. Set both hoods on that. Throw that pin in there. Cylinders are laying right there, ready to go in it, and then that'll be all done. So we got that done. Hoods, the flail drums are over there. So wiring, we're kind of waiting on. It's always interesting trying to get different orders and stuff, how exactly to do things. So that'll be a Monday morning discussion and phone calls. Made multiple phone calls at all different places, figuring out wiring and what the best bet is to go from this box up to the cab. So that's the latest on that. Once we do that, then we can shove all these hoses in there and finish our hoses that go all those. So we can finish all those up once we get there. So that's the wiring update. We'll see exactly where to get it from. It's hard to get stuff, you know what I mean? Because certain places have stuff on lockdown that we can't touch unless we go through somebody else. Just the way things go. But this is the back hood. That's the hood that goes on this side of the disc. That one's the one that gets bolted down permanently. That'll never get lifted up. So that's that. Big update on the flail drums. This one is outside now. This one's ready to go. It just needs a couple little itty bitty things. We got to go through that hydraulic motor there. We got to go through that one. And that's the small one, the one closest to the disc. That one's ready to go. Here was the one that's been in the shop for the past couple weeks, month. It's all done. So that's why it looks all nice and shiny. Need a new bearing out here. We got a new bearing on her. The hood's all bolted down, ready to go. Plastics are all done. Feed wheel's not in it. That's the one thing that's not done, is the feed wheel. So for both of these, actually, that one over there too, and this one, they'll get new feed wheels, and we've configured a teeth action for it. So it's totally different than anything I've ever come across, and it's going to work incredible. So that's that. These are both done. Grinding on those takes a hot minute. So usually sitting out here in the sun, and it's not a fun thing to do, I'm here to tell you. So like I said, both of those hydraulic motors for both of your feed wheels have to get changed out, rebuilt. So that's that. And then they both sit in the chipper, one there, and the small one goes up front because the throat starts to reduce down to 23 inches. And everything's welded up in there. We did some other stuff in the throat, make stuff work better. Got that all done. And then once we get that stuff, it's kind of hydraulic hoses. And that'll take a little while, but I don't think it's gonna, there's not a lot of hoses there. Might look like a lot, but that it ain't gonna take that long to re-hose all them. All it's gonna take is a lot of hose. A lot of hundreds of foot of 1-inch hose right there. A lot of hose. And this back quarter is already done. We get under the cab. I'll take you inside and show you what I was working on Friday. There's the grinding on the feed wheel, so you can tell. Looks like we got 3 of them ready to go. Those are all bottom feed wheels, but it won't take that long to weld the teeth on those. Not at all. That one over there. I think we need that one yet. I think we need that one right there. That's the first bottom one. It's longer than the other 3. I do believe. Could be wrong. Probably wrong. Good possibility I'm wrong. But those 3 are ready to weld up. They don't take that long to weld up. You can get them welded up pretty quick. So we're slowly running out of parts over here, which means that they're ending up on the chipper, which is a good thing. Catwalk's ready to go. We might need paint on that. We'll see. I don't know what the plans are. This one was getting welded up. You don't got to be a perfect welder, so you're just patching up some holes, and then you grind it all back down again. That's what was going on here. And then Friday, I got put in charge. I didn't do. This was a Friday afternoon project. You know what I mean? So them both have to get rebuilt. So I pulled them out of there. Tabs were both bent. Now how that works is you have a chain and sprockets that go right here like this and like this. Well, this goes back and forth to tighten your chain up, and those were bent and all janked up. So got it straightened out to where them pushers actually work. To tighten the chain up, a tight chain will last a real long time, done right. If you do it wrong and do it loose and don't do it right, it doesn't last long, and it slows production down and messes everything up. So therefore, you do it right the first time, it'll work great. Because of the fact that once this is in the machine, it's not easy to chain them chain. And you could tell while they had it loose because it's dragging. Yeah. So you do it right. It's got new brass bushings in there. And as you can tell, it's got the new bearings in there. I did put the feed wheel on it Friday. So, feed wheel's in it. And let me tell you what, it's going to be interesting seeing exactly how them things work right there. And that thing right there is going to eat wood. There ain't no doubt about that. It's a nasty, nasty, nasty design tooth. That is for sure. That is as sharp as a point of a pencil. I mean, yeah. I really want to see this thing chew up some wood. And we got more of those teeth coming for some other stuff. So this is the other side, new bearing, put on like a boss because I did it personally. Everything's just on the uppity up. We anti-seize the shaft because Brian wants anti-seize. I hate anti-seize with a passion. It's a whole nother video. I could go on and on about how much I hate anti-seize and why I hate anti-seize. Yeah, anyway, that's wore out, so that'll get a new piece of steel in there. Brian said don't matter if we do it an hour later after I had the feed wheel on. So that'll get fixed. That will get fixed. But, yeah, and then this will all get re-hosed, but I didn't want to re-hose it until we had the motors back in it. So getting those 2 other Charlans, seals in them and whatnot. That's the next project. But the feed wheel, I did get put in there, so we're starting to make some big gains in her. You know what I mean? This, once it's going to come together quick. But it's, I mean, we're not talking like a week or 2 weeks. It'll be a little longer than that. We've got a date. We've got numbers, and we got to hit them. So this week, I'll be running Slasher tomorrow. And next week, I don't chipper for a couple days, 3 days or something. So I won't be in here. I'll be out in the woods. Running around chewing my head cut off. So got a bunch of new feed wheel teeth in there. Those are we have different styles that we designed. So for different feed wheel teeth, so the thing chips like perfect. You know what I mean? Cab, waiting on installation. So once we get the insulation in, we can throw it in the cab, be done with the cab, and start putting stuff back together. But you don't want to put it in until we get the insulation in there and settled in. The windows, all the side windows are getting taken out. Well, they're out, but they're getting taken, and they will all get put in all the side windows and back window. And then it'll get a new front windshield. But yeah, tint. So we'll have real nice tint on them. So happy operator, more chips, guaranteed. So that's what we're trying to do. We'll get that done, and we've discussed even other equipment, getting the windows done in them, because I don't know why they don't put a blackout tint in them things anyways. But anywho, everybody's got their own reasons for stuff. But the insulation, we ordered a week and a half ago, I think, and everybody, we didn't order it from certain places, we ordered it from other places. That's one thing about fixing on this chipper, is just trying to get the right parts, and you can get the same part for 3 times the money if you want, or you can do some research, find it a lot cheaper, and it might take you a little longer to get it, but it's not like we're absolutely waiting on this insulation. We have plenty of other work we can do, so we'll wait on it and get it for 1/3 of the price somewhere else, and wait an extra 2 weeks on it. You know what I mean? That's how everything works. And that's how this is going along. We're constantly ordering stuff, phone calls here, phone calls there, call this person, call that person. So yeah, head unit, we'll look at that. Different ones, we're looking at that. And then light bars. I was thinking we put 2 12-inchers on the front, a 12-incher on each side, and a 12-incher on the back. And then I need to go out on the chipper out there and do some more research on, I need to get a light order put together so we can get all new lights for the whole chipper, LEDs, bada boom, bada bing, and go from there. So, chipper update, coming together hot and fast, like a boss. Just keep rolling.